Hello, everybody. My name is Danny, and I'm going to review Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul. There we go. One more shot of it. There you go. In the series of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, this is Trouble Hits the Road. And, yeah, all the usuals. It's about an hour and a half and rated PG, and obviously a family film, and you probably aren't going to watch this unless you've seen the other ones. So, really, I'll just say I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah, we'll just start off right away here with, we'll do negatives first. As a avid movie watcher and avid movie reviewer for fun, I love critiquing kids' movies because if you're a parent watching this, I want you to know if something's appropriate or not, maybe before you watch it. That's my hope someday that these reviews will be used for. So we'll start with the negatives. First, like almost 10 minutes into the movie, there's a scene where they go to this restaurant, and I don't give away what happens or anything, but parenting 101 for me, especially when I'm out at Chuck E. Cheese or someplace like that, is to watch your children. And the parents in this movie are famous for saying, here, go have fun, go do whatever. And I guess they let their little one go up in a jungle gym. And I hate that about parenting, is that I sit there and watch that in real life, and I'm like, oh, wow, great parents. You know, that's just what I'm muttering under my breath. And the fact that that was like one of the first things in this movie kind of made me a little upset, because in real life, I can't believe people really do that. But just watch your kids, people. Be good parents for other parents out there, because otherwise they're looking at you and thinking the same thing I think all the time. So let's all be nice to each other, okay? And not think bad, horrible things that we're bad parents. Let's just watch our children, okay? There's a scene about, I don't know, towards the end. Greg, the main wimpy kid, turns orange, and they just, in the scene before, talked about how much nobody is going to go into the bathroom. There's like roaches or something. It's a terrible dive motel. Well, the next scene, something happens to turn Greg orange, and he goes and takes a shower and cleans up before bed. Like, you know, we're just left to sit there as adults and wonder how he got clean in the roach shower bathroom that everybody just said they weren't going to go into. So as a adult who can think of that thing, I thought of it, and I was like, okay, you just passed right by that. Okay, let's just contradict ourselves and don't even say anything about it. And then just as a Diary of Wimpy Kid movies, this one has a lot of positives and everything, but I felt like Roderick and Greg got along way too well, and maybe everybody doesn't care or doesn't see it that way, and maybe it's its own separate movie, so we don't, maybe it's a new way of doing it in this movie that doesn't have to be how the other ones have been. But Roderick is very, very stupid, and it comes across very funny, so I just don't know if he in this movie had the brains to be mean to his brother, but they sure were like more nice to each other than they should have been for my liking. So that's all. So on to the positives is there's, I'm not going to give it away either, but there's this running joke from the first scene in the restaurant, and they keep bringing it back and bringing it back, and every time it comes up, it's just hilarious. I laughed every time. I was like, oh boy, that thing again, but it was funny, you know. So the yeah, along the line of jokes, I'm maybe if you're a parent watching this, you haven't seen the adult movie of Vacation that they just made, the remake. But I thought that was darn funny. Just keeps going and going, joke after joke, thing happening to this person and that person. This is right up there. I think it might be better than Vacation. It's about them taking a vacation in this movie, so it's not, titled Diary of a Wimpy Kid Vacation, but I think it's better than the Vacation movie. It really does just keep pouring it on, and I think I can just see any kid being enticed by this movie. Um, Along the line of that, though, is that there are some disgusting things, and every parent handles it differently, but just be forewarned. I think there are two things that in this movie, for a PG rating, did not need to be in there, and you'll know it when it comes up. It's very disgusting. So there you go. Um, and then, yeah, the main characters, Tom Everett Scott and Alicia Silverstone, are the parents, and I've always liked Tom Everett Scott ever since That Thing You Do. That's kind of the first thing I remember him being in and being famous. It's what I remember him as, being a musician myself. I just connected with that movie, and I've liked him ever since. I did like the parenting movie that he did with Billy Crystal as as his kind of parent, whatever, and they had the grandkids. I love that movie, and I really love this movie. I'm so glad Tom Everett Scott is turning in some stellar performances with kids movies, because he is that kind of guy, I can tell, and he's that kind of character. And I kind of felt sorry for him in the first hour or so of this movie, but he really gets connected about halfway through, and he just is right on with jokes and connecting with the kids, and Alicia and him just play off each other so well. I had to actually look up Alicia Silverstone's record, and she hasn't done anything that I've watched in years. I guess she has a big one coming out next year, but I was glad that she was in this. Obviously, with remakes with different characters, kind of like Daddy Daycare did, you kind of get wondering, oh, what are they going to do? Is it going to be any good? But these guys really do play well off each other, and this is a quality movie. I'm going to give it a solid A, and I think it's very enjoyable for the whole family. As long as your kids don't get scarred by the two disgusting things, I think it's a very fun movie. I think it's very kid appropriate, and I think the adults are going to be pleasantly surprised by how funny it is the whole time and how much the story keeps going. So, thank you, everybody. My name's Danny. I give an A to Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul, and hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to keep the reviews coming. Enjoy your movies.